What's going on, everyone? My name is John Pham. I will be your host today for the Asian Chamber Chats. I am excited to do this podcast today. This is one out of multiple episode shows that we're going to launch for you guys. So, what is the reason for the Asian Chamber Chats? It's for us to build with the community, to communicate, and you know what? We're going to have some fun guests in here. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to explore, talk to locals as well as our members. But you know what? Enough with my talking. I would like to introduce you to our members, but I'm gonna let them introduce themselves to you guys. So,
Well, thank you, John, for doing this. I think this is very important for our community to spread the word about what we're doing and what we're trying to do.
so for our listeners and our audience, let them know who you are, your name and your position, and
Yeah, so my name is Scarlett Licao. I am Vietnamese and high five Vietnamese. High five. Let's do that first. Yes. Well, we're Asian, so let's do high five too. Yes. Anyway, so my name is Scarlett Licao, and I'm the chair of the Greater Oklahoma City Asian Chamber of Commerce. My full-time job, I'm a real estate investor and developer for Omega Investments.
okay.
All right. Well, all right. Well, thank you, John, and thank you, Scarlett. I'm glad to be here with you guys today and talk about all things Asian. Yeah, my name is Aaron, and I'm the marketing chair of the Asian Chamber of Commerce. Very proud and honored to serve this year. Finally get a chance to live out my purpose through the Asian Chamber of Commerce. And on my day job, I work as a marketing project manager, and I've been in marketing for a few years now. So I'm just excited to bring my skills to elevate our Asian community here in Oklahoma City.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, my name is John Pham. I am the co-chair of the marketing here for the chamber. As far as my background, I just do IT and content produce. So, yeah, it's good to have you guys on. I'm very excited. But at the same time, I know that our work is just started, and I'm glad that we have this platform to go move forward with it. But you know what? Let's go more in depth. All right. So Scarlett, we've known each other for for a while, but I know what you do, and I know how everything started. But to our viewers and to our listeners, how did the chamber get started?
We have a very new organizations. I think this is our year three. At first, we started with just a small group of friends, like business owners, community leaders, and we just sit down and we just like we need a group just like us and start multiply them because we need to share our experience and uplift our community. So it started with just a small group first, and then starts spreading out. And it's the first year. It's just basically just a lot of groundwork, because all of us know how to open an LLC, but never started a nonprofit before. So it took a lot of meetings with different organizations, to learn more about the law, the regulations, the accounting behind, and even how to file it, and then start planning for our big review, which is the first press conference we have at the Grand House in OKC. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. It's funny because from the outside looking in, I thought it was very simple and easy. But now that I am actually a board member and going through the orientation, it's a process. And so I appreciate what you've done for the chamber and for the community. So definitely that brings more, I would say, to me, it's a learning experience, but at the same time, we're putting in the good work for it. So Aaron, like, how did you discover the Asian Chamber? How did you find out about it, and when did you start getting involved?
Um, so I think the purpose of Asian Chamber, we're here to elevate voices, to empower Asians, And that's exactly how I found the chamber. So when I first moved here, I was looking for a job, looking for a place to live. It's just starting life over brand new in a new city. So wanted to get involved with my Asian community. And at that point, Asian Chamber of Commerce was one of the organizations that really let me volunteer and let me, get involved with our community. And I think that just speaks to what we do here. If someone new comes into our community, we take them in and we elevate them, and we grow with them. And that's yeah, that's the pure purpose of what we do.
Okay, man, that's awesome. Scarlett, how difficult? Like, did you have to go through, any barriers when creating the chamber? Um, when it first started, was there any obstacles in your way that said, "Hey, this is a lot," or what was it about it that made it, in your opinion, difficult?
Oh, that's a lot of questions. So I have to think because it's been 3 years and a lot of have been happened in those years. So when we first started the conversations and the purpose was very clear, which like support our community, but through which way? So we have to identify our mission first. So all of us want to make sure that our mission is only one, and all of us here is to support the economic development of our Asian community in Oklahoma City metro areas. That's a big task. It's very broad, it's very vague, and how we to achieve it. So we break it down to four actions. First, we have to connect all the Asians in our community. Second, we have to educate our community to have the good practice of their businesses and in their professional life. Three is we have to advocate for our community. Fourth is we want to recruit more Asian professionals and talents to our area. So with those tasks, that's a mouthful. And personally, I remember the most is my husband Nathan and I, when we talk about this. Literally at that time, we just had our third baby, and he's only 8 months old. And I was like, babe, do you realize that we have a business to run? I have a family of three young kids, and also we have three, you know, grandparents who are 80s and above. We have a lot to take care. And now with this, and they at that time I got nominated as the president. There's no like real elections, anything. They just like we volunteered Scarlett as a president. So I was like, I talked to him, like, that's a lot. Um, and we talk a lot. And my husband is like, but we needed it so much. I know that is a lot on your shoulders. It's gonna be a lot because when I put anything in, I will put 110%. Because this is not my first rodeo of open something new. I opened several businesses as a business owners. When you first start a businesses, the first 2 or 3 years, you have to work extremely hard for it. You live with it, you sleep with it, even you shower with it because ideas come when you shower. So that first 2 years of the Asian Chamber was so critical, especially the first year. Looking back, lots of meetings, and the hardest part is how to group the people, all strong minded people, and guide them and work them to see the one directions of our missions and work toward it. That's the hardest part. So that's a lot of talking, but at the same time, we grew friendship with it. So, as Asians, we like to go out and have some fun as well. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Like I appreciate what you do a lot. Like I know a lot of work goes into it. But now that you've told me this, like it even inspires me more as a board member to put in 100% into it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I already put in 100%,
Yes, you do.
but you know what? I want to take it to another level because we're growing. As our chamber is growing, we we're going to have to work even harder to maintain that.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, Aaron, like, what are your first thoughts when you know you were chosen to be a board member? Like, what? How did you feel when when everyone was like, Aaron is now the board as a marketing? How did you feel about it?
Well, honestly, I felt honored and I was a little nervous, but mostly I was very happy that I finally get to serve on my purpose. Um, just like Scarlett, when you said you had three children at that time and when this higher calling got on you, um, what was that like? What was, I've just kind of had this question in my mind too. Was just like, how did you balance that higher calling versus family during that time? Sorry, little off script.
Yeah.
Curious.
Uh, my answer is we'll live only once. When the door is open and the calling is there, if you don't grab that door and keep it open and walk toward it, the door might close forever. That is why we just keep working toward it. I mean, it's a lot to, you know, think in our head every single day why we doing what we're doing. But for me, the answer is still very clear. We are here in Oklahoma City. We have 68,000 Asian Americans. Compared to the OKC metro areas, close to 1.5 million, it's not a lot. However, we're a strong force though. Because why? I view myself as a one and a half Asian American generation. We came here and I see firsthand is my husband's parents basically have no English, work at minimum wage to support two kids to go to college. His sister, of course, become an engineer. My husband, on the other hand, becomes like a black sheep of the family and chose to uh, open his own business. Anyway, but I saw it. Their struggles every day, how to adapt to the new life, and how to even they argue every single day about money, like the money here and there, like I have to save this money here to send it to my grandma's back in Vietnam. We see that every single day, and the one of the events struck me the most is when my father-in-law has a Thanksgiving dinner for his community where he came from. It's called Wang Tree. So we came to the hotel, but he did not use the front door of the hotel. He used the side or the back door to bring everything in to start setting up for that event. So I asked him, so why dad? Why didn't you use the front door? He said, oh, I'm just too shy. Uh, and it just feel weird and awkward. I mean, no matter what they do, our parents still never feel like they completely adapt to America. And the fastest way for us is a one and a half. It's just like they always like work very best, send them to college, graduate out. You have to become a lawyer, an engineer, and a doctor. Because that's the fastest way to escape the, the to escape the minimum wage or escape that reality there. So I saw that and I just felt in my heart the love there. And it's not that easy for us to start a business when you are basically brand new to the land, don't know much about English, don't know much about the law, don't know much about relationship, and they keep saying that your net worth is your network. but who is my network then? Back then, it's still the same people, go to the church, go to the temples. So learning even to like filing an LLC right now is so easy for me. But back then, 17 years ago, none of that can be taught from our parents. Because why? Our parents, even the one that ask us, like, oh, my checkbook is running out. Can you go ahead and do it for me? Because I don't know how to speak English. So, yeah, that is why the calling is there. And honestly, it's coming from the deep of my heart, the love of my parents, and the love of our community. Because we, as the 1.5 generations, some of the audience, maybe the second and the third generations, and I see the difference in them. I see that when they come to our event, I see the confidence in them because they have been grew up with the culture, with the language, and with the friends from school. I saw that and I felt so happy for them that we has turned the page. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that calling, the reason behind that calling. And that's why we exist here. We want Asians to walk through that front door. We want Asians to be confident when they go into a new city, when they go into an event. Um, yeah. And I kind of just wonder what's John's calling about this as well. What's your root calling?
Well, it's funny because I've lived here for over 20 years. I knew there was a Oklahoma Chamber of Commerce. I knew there was a Hispanic chamber and a Black chamber, but I didn't know we had an Asian chamber like until like 3 years ago. I actually found out on so Cassie, I was friends with her on social media and she posted it. That's how I found out about the Asian Chamber. I didn't know we had an Asian Chamber. And quite honestly, I thought it was, just like a fun someone posted like, "Oh, we have an Asian Chamber." I was like, "Oh, is this real or is this just like a fun post?" But I went to the website, I checked it out, and I was like, "Wow, this is like we're making history." And it's new. It just came out um the first couple months, and that's when I was like, "You know what? I want to do more for my community." Because just like Scarlett, like our parents, like my parents, like they don't hardly know English. Their English has gotten better, but it was really hard for them to navigate through Oklahoma, the US. So they depended on me to do pretty much most everything. So when I found out about the Asian Chamber, I was like, you know what? I want to do this. I'm all in. I wanted to make sure that the people ahead of me will be successful than from the past. Like I want to be a part of where we give information to the future generation. Like, hey, if you need to start a business, this is what you go through. Let's spread word out there. Oh, is there a Asian business? Let's go ahead and help them out because it was really tough growing up. Like if you lived around the Asian community, of course, like you knew, like, oh, there's a new spot that just opened, But now with the internet and everything, um, it's easier for us to spread the news. It's easiest for us to spread information and just to help the community. So, I'm very blessed to be on the board. I started out as a member, and I was curious. I was like, "Hey, can I get involved?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, you need to come and volunteer." Became a committee, and now I'm on the board. So, with all the work that we put in, it's fruitful. Like you see the goal and you see what's coming out of it. You could just look back and be like, yeah, you know what? I made a difference in my community. I did that right there.
Yes.
So, that is important to me is just to uplift our community, but at the same time, work with other communities. Like, hey, at the end of the day, we're Oklahomans. Let's make Oklahoma thrive.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, when you were saying earlier about how the internet's making things more accessible. And that just made me realize how important the work that we're doing here is. So now that the gateway is easier to find information, then it's just up to us to provide the quality of the content. Like a good example is the recent young professional leadership workshops that we have. We lean on so many local professionals who are Asians and to share their experiences. And that's high quality content, high quality information they're getting. Um, yeah, I'm just really glad to be part of this and to amplify everyone around us. So,
So this is a question for both of you. When you, Scarlett, you could probably answer this better. And you also, Aaron, when the chamber started, did you within the community, did you get any pushback when the chamber started?
Absolutely, yes. Because 10 years ago, there was a another Asian chamber, but it didn't last. And the feedback or the lessons I've learned from story is basically yes, they have a lot of events going on, but they don't know the missions. That is why they couldn't keep up with it. So sustainability is always a biggest questions for, of course, business, but for nonprofit organizations, it is even bigger. And for me, as the founding president and now back at the chairwoman again, that mission has to be crystal clear, and how you bring that missions like a little fire and start spreading out to the board members by they seeing the same vision, and also start spreading that fire out to our members. That is a lot of communications. That's a lot of work, and it has to come from the heart, and it's come from like the right message from your heart. You have to truly believe in it in order to make others to believe in that.
Okay. Yeah, that's for sure. Like from what you're saying, like it's tough. It's tough, but you have to have the heart, otherwise it wouldn't it succeed. And looking at our board and throughout the whole history of the Asian Chamber, everyone that I've met within the board has heart. And I believe we are today is because everyone that participated or volunteered, like it comes out from the heart. Um, so with that being said, Aaron, um, when you were when you were you part of the committee too, or or did you jump on as a board member?
so I was part of the committee for a year. So under Jacqueline and Raul's leadership, I was part of the marketing committee as a volunteer. And that's what I realized once I started working with this group is how much heart people have, how much heart we have to help our businesses around here, help our Asian business owners.
All right, so yeah, guys, that's amazing to hear. Like I love the focus that we're at right now, and I do love that our passion is growing. So, let's twist it a little bit. Let's go another direction. So, tell me a little bit about you guys. Like, where did you guys grow up? Are you Oklahoma natives, or just give the viewers and our listeners insight more about you?
Okay, let's start with Aaron first then.
All right, so I grew up in Singapore, and so I'm ethnically Chinese, and I grew up in Singapore, and I immigrated to the United States in 2011. So I started high school and college, um, and after that, I went into the military, and then I was stationed all over the country, and Oklahoma is my home now. Throughout my experience, I've lived in places where there are not that many Asians, and that made me realize how important it is to have your community around you, to celebrate your cultures, to celebrate the festivals, the food, even grocery stores. I've lived in towns where there's no Asian grocery stores, and I have to drive 5 hours to the nearest Asian grocery store
Wow.
just to be able to cook the food that I grew up eating. It's just little things like that that made me realize how important it is. So, and that ties into economic development, empowering our business owners to have those things, empowering our community to have those things. Um, yeah, but that's it. That's where I'm now.
Wow. So, would you consider yourself an Okie now? Are you an Okie?
I'm 100% an Okie now.
Okay. Okay. We like that. We like that. You're a Thunder fan too, right? Okay. Good. Good. Scarlett?
Let me tell you my first impressions when I meet Aaron. I told Cassie and Jacqueline, it's like, who is that drop dead gorgeous man right there?
What?
I'm not shy, so I say that all the time, And then that one of the fun thing for me to start the Asian Chamber is, oh my gosh, we have a lot of Asians I never met in my life. Without the organizations, I wouldn't even be able to know you or you. That is very important, yes, for me personally. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm kind of in the same boat as Scarlett because in Oklahoma the majority is Vietnamese that I've seen, and then you have Chinese, and then there's like bits and pieces out there. But once I joined the chamber, I was like, wow, we're like Oklahoma is very diverse in the Asian culture. We have Vietnamese, Chinese, Filipino. We have
Indian,
Indian,
Israel,
Israel,
Bangladesh,
Bangladesh, like Pakistan, like a whole bunch. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This is crazy because like growing up, so in Oklahoma, I grew up mainly around the Asian district. So with Asian district, it's 90% Vietnamese. But now that I've joined the chamber and now that we've like broadened out, I'm like, wow, it's so cool to see like all these cultures meshed together and reaching out to other businesses, like Indian businesses, businesses that are from Pakistan and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see that. But Scarlett, where are you? Are you an Okie? Like, or did you grow up here?
No, I didn't grow up here. I didn't grow up here. I was born in Vietnam. I came to the U.S. in 2006 as an international student. I went to Oklahoma State University for my undergrad at advertising and PR. Same with yours. And then after that, I went for my master's degree in international business because I want to later on, if I go back to Asia, I would, become like a CMO or something. That was my life goal, but things change. I met my husband, and so now Oklahoma has become my home. I grew my family here. I consider myself a fabulous. If you know
Okay.
what that means. FOB, fresh off the
FOB,
boat.
yep.
But I'm fabulous.
Awesome, awesome. So we have the chamber throws many events, but we have a few coming up.
Yes.
But in your personal view, so we have Coffee and Connect, we have the gala coming up, and we have we just before we had Business After Hours. But in your own opinion, what is your favorite event that you participate in or have attended?
Mm. I would say my most favorite event is the business conference. It was like a glorified event of our roots. That was an event we see so many Asian business owners, Asian professionals, Asian talents, and we highlight them on the stage because they share their stories, their experience, how they get there to the audience, to our members. That was my most highlight. And now, we are having the young professional leaders, which is our pilot program right now. But we want to bring in, you know, skill sets, unique skill sets to elevate our young professionals and business leaders. So we started off right off the bat of the YPL program is called emotional intelligence. Because Asians, we don't talk about emotional. We should not be emotional. Our parents were like, "Are you sad? Okay, just go eat something,"
That's true. That's so true.
So it's so we started out with a topic emotional intelligence, and through there we after that we was like talking about we have like a workshop with leadership skills, understand the depth and the definitions of what leadership means to each of them. And the second workshop we have on that YPL series is about personal finance and personal branding. Um, and then the last one, we talk about cultural barriers and bridges and how to use that to elevate our games in networking skills. For me personally, those are the topics not widely taught in schools. So with us at the board and Asian Chambers and our volunteers, we want to bring in the most authentic and most practical knowledge and storytellings to bring in more values for our members.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, so it's really hard for me to pick one favorite event because I love all our events. And if I had to pick, I'll pick two, which is our Coffee and Connect, and that one is really low key. I work a 9 to 5, and I am not a morning person. I'm really slow in the mornings. But whenever I think about getting up and getting coffee and meet my Asian community, I'm always there. I'm all game. So it's really low key. It's usually before work. We just pick a coffee shop, and it's just a good networking opportunity, a good meeting friends and meeting your local community. Lots of Asians show up, young professionals. So yeah, that's something that I really like. And also the gala is coming up, which is just this fabulous event that we get to see our cultures celebrated. Growing up and I've lived in places where they don't have that many celebrations around Asian cultures. And then I look at my little niece who's just turned 5 yesterday, and I want her to grow up in a place where we have celebrations around our cultures. Just like here with things like our gala. Everyone dress up in their own traditional gown, and we have food, we have performers, and it's just a night of celebration. And yeah, it's
What's the
wonderful.
theme of this year?
Yeah, so this year is really special because we're really trying to tie in our Oklahoma roots. So yeah, so as you guys know, our this year's theme is Asian Grace, Oklahoma Grit. So we just wanted to combine the Asian and the Oklahoma and the hardworking aspects and also the celebration aspects, the culturals between the two worlds. Since it is one world now, because we all live here, we all belong here. This is our home. And yeah, that's something I'm super, super excited about. And that's coming up on November 6th.
And where is it gonna be?
Yeah, that's the gala is coming up this year on November 6th at Vast. So make sure you sign up. We will all be there. And I'm excited to see what you guys bring.
That's awesome, Aaron. And awesome, too, Scarlett. Before we close out the show, one more question. So, favorite dish that you love to eat?
Oh my God, that is the hard questions because Asian food is so diverse, and like even just Vietnamese food, all is just the pho and the broken rice, but we have much more dishes than that. My favorite is bún riêu. My mom make the best. And actually, one funny story. Last week, my friend asked my oldest, my boy is like, so where's the best Vietnamese restaurant? And he answered with confidence, my house. And I was like, I raised that boy right. So bún riêu is a like a more of the north soup from the north of Vietnam. So it's with rice noodle with crab and is it with
tomato, so it's sweet and sour, savory. It just hit me with every single fibers in my body. So I love it so much. Yeah.
I love how you bring up pho because pho, if I had to choose my last meal, it's gonna be pho. No questions, like no doubt, it's pho. And pho is just this wonderful dish that you can eat at any time, and it's just, it's so fresh and so refreshing. Um,
Your company.
yes, everything is so the vegetables and then the beef, the broth is boiled in 24 hours, and it's just so flavorful. Um, but yes, pho is literally the best thing ever.
That's why you have the best skin. It's all collagen in the broth.
Yeah, and you kept saying your house is the best pho in town, so I am very excited to try it.
Sure.
Yeah, John, what about you? What's your favorite food?
I don't have to go with you, Aaron. Like pho is my go-to. Like I could eat it all day, every day. If I had my last meal, it would be pho, hands down. Pretty much everything what you said, I agree 100%. That would be my top meal. But there's so much food in the culture, but yeah, pho is the number one on my top list. I cannot live without it. Real pho, not the instant stuff. So
Oh, no.
not the instant
Yeah,
stuff,
if
the
you
real
come to
stuff.
Oklahoma, you have to try the real pho. You can't
Yeah.
do the instant pho.
I love
For sure.
oxtail pho.
Oh yeah, oxtail, the
Mhm.
best.
The best. Yeah.
But thank you so much, you guys, for coming, taking your time off, and coming on the show. Me and the board truly appreciate it. But to close it out, please check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And make sure to click that like button and subscribe to our channel. Again, my name is John Pham, Scarlett, and Aaron. We bid you adieu, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Showing the love to you.